What would you do if, in a single moment, the world misjudged you only to be proven wrong in a heartbeat? The airport was a chaotic symphony of rolling suitcases, hurried footsteps, and muffled announcements. Dr. Amara Jackson navigated the crowd with purpose, her navy blazer crisp despite the red-eye flight. At 38, she carried herself with the quiet confidence of someone who'd earned her place in the world. Her eyes, sharp and discerning, scanned the terminal for the exit. She was due in Washington, D.C., for a classified briefing by noon. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. As Amara approached the security checkpoint, two uniformed officers stepped into her path. The taller one, Officer Daniels, had a stern jaw and eyes narrowed with suspicion. "Ma'am, we need you to step aside," he said, his tone clipped. The crowd slowed, heads turning. Amara's brow furrowed, but she complied, her voice steady. "May I ask what this is about?" Daniels didn't answer. Instead, he gestured to her bag. "Open it. Now." His partner, a younger officer with a nervous twitch, hovered nearby, hand resting on his radio. Amara's heart quickened, not out of fear, but frustration. She'd been here before, profiled, questioned, doubted. She unzipped her bag, revealing neatly packed files and a laptop. "Is there a problem?" she pressed, her voice calm but edged with steel. Daniel's eyes flicked to a grainy photo on his tableta, blurry image of a woman who vaguely resembled Amara. "You match the description of a suspect," he said, reaching for his cuffs. The crowd murmured, phones already recording. Amara's jaw tightened. "You're making a mistake," she said, her voice low but firm. Daniels ignored her, snapping the cold metal around her wrists. The click echoed in her ears, a sound that carried the weight of countless injustices. The terminal grew quieter, the air thick with tension. Amara's mind raced, but she didn't falter. "Check my ID," she said, her voice cutting through the murmurs. Daniel scoffed, but something in her tone, unwavering, authoritative, made him pause. He reached into her bag, pulling out a slim leather wallet. The younger officer leaned in, curious. Daniels opened it, and his face froze. The ID wasn't just any ID. It was federal, issued by the Department of Homeland Security, with Amara's name and title, Dr. Amara Jackson, Senior Counterterrorism Analyst. The seal gleamed under the fluorescent lights, undeniable. Daniel's eyes widened, his confidence crumbling. The younger officer stepped back, mouth agape. The crowd, once eager for drama, fell silent. Amara's gaze didn't waver. "I told you," she said, her voice quiet but resonant. "You're making a mistake." The cuffs came off as quickly as they'd gone on. Daniel stammered an apology, but Amara wasn't listening. Her focus shifted to a man in the crowd, an unassuming figure in a gray hoodie, watching her intently. He didn't belong, not a traveler, not a bystander. Her training kicked in. She'd seen that look before. He was tailing her. As Daniels fumbled through protocol, Amara's eyes locked with the man's. He turned, slipping into the crowd, but not before she caught the glint of a concealed earpiece. Her pulse quickened. This wasn't random. Someone had tipped off the police, used them as a distraction. But why? Her briefing in D.C. was about a new terror cell, sensitive, classified. Had she been targeted to delay her? Amara didn't wait for answers. She grabbed her bag, nodded curtly to the officers, and moved toward the exit, her mind already piecing together the puzzle. The man in the hoodie was gone, but she knew he'd resurface. She wasn't just a name on an ID. She was a woman who'd spent years outsmarting threats most people never imagined. Outside, she hailed a cab, her thoughts racing. The incident wasn't just about her, it was a reminder of the world's quick judgments, its readiness to see her as less than she was. Yet, in that moment of vindication, when her ID silenced the room, she felt a quiet power. Not just in her title, but in her resilience. She'd been underestimated before, and she'd proven them wrong every time. As the cab sped toward the city, Amara glanced at her watch. She'd make the briefing, no matter who tried to stop her. The world could misjudge her, cuff her, doubt her, but it would never break her. She was Dr. Amara Jackson, and she carried the weight of truth on her shoulders. Yindi.